Hey guys, today we're taking a look at one of the best gaming monitors available, the Eizo Foris FS2735. Gaming monitors have come a long way in the past few years, and we are finally seeing some that come with no trade-offs like color reproduction in exchange for high refresh rates. This one in particular has a large 27-inch IPS display at 1440p, while also offering a full 144Hz refresh rate with FreeSync technology. Apart from the monitor itself, you'll find an AC power cord, a DisplayPort 1.2 cable, a USB cable for pass-through, and a few papers. One thing I noticed about the packaging is that hard foam was used here, and it actually broke during shipping, cracking the frame of this particular model. Of course, very few people will actually have this problem, and you can always exchange it for a new one. Installing the base of the stand is super simple, and no screws or tools are required at all. On the back of the monitor, you'll find connection ports including DVI, 2 HDMI ports for your consoles, and a standard display port which you will definitely want to use if you want to take full advantage of this monitor. The Eizo FS2735 is very minimal, unlike many other gaming monitors these days that are too flashy in my opinion. A small Eizo logo is found on the bottom left of the monitor, and on the right you'll find an indicator light for your power and another for your Bluetooth connection, which I will talk about a bit later. The bezels around the screen are only 1 cm wide, and the stand doesn't take up much room on your desk at all. In terms of ergonomics, the monitor has 15 cm of height adjustment, 40 degrees of tilt, and a full 90 degrees of rotation to either side. The adjustments are a bit stiff, but this won't affect anything after it has been set up, and the monitor is also VESA compatible. On the backside there are 2 USB 3.0 pass-throughs and a pair of speakers if you really need them. A 3.5mm audio port is found on the side tacked as a pass-through for your headphones or speakers. There is a detachable cable loop that can be attached on the base, which helps the monitor keep its sleek profile. Like I mentioned earlier, this monitor has a resolution of 2560 by 1440, which gives you 77% more pixels to work with when compared to 1080p. This will take a toll on performance however, so it goes without saying that you're going to need a high-end PC. Color performance here is great thanks to its IPS panel, and it makes a huge difference in terms of viewing angles when compared to a TN panel. There's no color shift at all, and the backlight glow is too minimal to notice unless you are moving your head around. For gaming, the 144Hz refresh rate is amazing, and there is a very noticeable difference when compared to 60Hz. It makes everything buttery smooth, and if you haven't tried it already, I highly recommend you go out and do so. It's ideal for first-person shooters and racing games, and like SSDs or a nice set of headphones, 144Hz is something that you really can't go without after you've gotten used to using it. The FS2735 has a lightning-fast 4ms response time, and there is a light anti-glare coating that works well and doesn't really make the image look grainy as the thicker coatings tend to do so. The brightness change you can choose from is huge, and contrast ratio is 1000 to 1. Lastly, for you AMD users out there, FreeSync is also included if you use that DisplayPort, and it gets rid of screen tearing or stuttering if your graphics card isn't pushing out as many frames as it should. Unlike the Asus MG279Q, which is a very similar IPS display, this one allows you to use FreeSync at the full 144Hz refresh rate instead of just 90 on the Asus model. If you want really detailed numbers in terms of performance, check out the TFT article I linked below. In my opinion, this display strikes a perfect balance between everyday usability and gaming performance. All of your settings can be adjusted with the buttons found on the backside of the monitor. There are 4 buttons in total, including a joystick style one, but they are very hard to distinguish from one another. I end up hitting the power button half of the time when I want to change my settings, and the boot up time is a bit slow. There are 2 more dedicated buttons, one for switching between inputs and the other for choosing your profiles. In the menu, you can access some of the monitor's extra features, including Smart Resolution, which makes everything a bit sharper, Smart Insight, which is somewhat like HDR on your camera, and that Bluetooth function I talked about earlier. This is the first monitor to have this feature, and it lets you control all of your monitor settings from your smartphone, and it even lets you download user profiles by other gamers. When connected to your smartphone, the monitor also displays any notifications you may have, like phone calls, straight on the screen. After all, Eizo is a company that makes professional and medical grade monitors, so it comes at no surprise that the FS2735 has been precisely made to be among the very best of gaming monitors on the market. While this all comes at a very high price of over $1,200, this is the gaming experience for AMD users. It is truly a blast to use, and I will be sad to see it go when time comes for me to send it back. Alright guys, that's the end of the review, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and I will be sure to answer any questions you may have in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching and please subscribe to see more awesome content like this.